Well, the Law Society of Kenya has given the Director of Public Prosecutions a 3-day ultimatum to explain to the country reasons behind this spate of withdrawal of high-profile cases facing some suspects who have been nominated for appointment as cabinet secretaries. LSK President Eric Theuri says recent decisions by the DPP are alarming and point to two disturbing scenarios: that either prosecutions were mounted for ulterior motives whose end has been achieved or overtaken by events, and secondly, that the DPP has withdrawn the cases to aid an ulterior motive. As Duncan Khaemba now reports, the Law Society has advised Parliament not to vet individuals facing integrity questions whose cases have been withdrawn since they have not been acquitted of any wrongdoing by a court of law, threatening to lodge private prosecutions over the same.
The Law Society of Kenya has descended heavily on the Director of Public Prosecutions, Nurdin Haji, who seems to be on a spree of dropping high-profile criminal and economic crimes cases, with 3 of them being withdrawn within 24 hours.
The profile of the suspects invites significant public interest as to the motive of the discontinuation of the cases, and further poses serious credibility concerns in the investigative capacity of our institutions.
According to LSK, the decisions by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions sets the country on a slippery path insofar as the rule of law and fight against graft is concerned.
We are therefore alarmed by the recent decisions by the DPP, as they point to either 2 very disturbing scenarios. 1, that the prosecutions were mounted for ulterior purposes, or 2, that the DPP has withdrawn the cases to aid an ulterior motive.
As a result, their communication to the DPP is explicit, loud and clear.
It would be reasonable for him to give this explanation within a day or 2, because the reasons are well within his docket. In the event that then he does not disclose those reasons, as a society then we reserve the right to be able to take up further measures to ensure that there is accountability in terms of how the DPP has exercised his powers.
The society is raising questions that point to what they term as an onslaught against independent officers and intimidation by the executive.
We must also not lose sight of the fact that the Director of Criminal Investigations has also resigned from office. So we have to ask ourselves, are these 2 events related?
Parliament has now been put on the spot to defend the Constitution, which LSK alleges could as well be on its deathbed with regard to Chapter 6 on leadership and integrity. Also on the receiving end is Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who LSK says has been making declarations that evictions will only be enforced after clearance by the sub-county security committees.
This amounts to subjecting court decisions to the whims of the security committees and renders court adjudicative processes ineffective. The roadside declarations by the Deputy President cannot therefore substitute the law, and we urge the Deputy President to withdraw his remarks and uphold the rule of law and the Constitution, which he took an oath to protect.
The society says all Kenyans must protect and uphold the Constitution at all costs, lest anarchy and chaos are invited. Duncan Khaemba, NTV.